Hello everybody, this is the Magic Man, the tennis preacher, the prophet, the psychic tennis pastor, coming at you with another video. Yeah, the Goatovic. Somebody got to stop the Goatovic. No wonder Djokovic fans call this man the GOAT. People, I understand why now. I think even Federer fans understand why. I think Nadal fans understand why. Why they call Djokovic, they say Djokovic fans say, we know who the real GOAT is. The Goatovic. God have mercy. People, Djokovic. People, listen to this. Y'all got to get this now. Forget the major count. People, in all the videos I made about Djokovic last year, all those greatness videos, people, what's amazing about Djokovic ain't even, we know he just 3 behind Federer. People, he got big records, big statistics that even Nadal and Federer doesn't have. And people, Djokovic, it's only one thing. It's only really one record that Federer got that Djokovic is going to break October 5th, I think, if he stay number 1. And Federer fans is hoping, they praying that Djokovic trip over, break his leg. Maybe somebody will shoot him. So I shouldn't say that. Yeah, I'm just joking, though. Federer fans, they know. They holding on to that number one record that Federer got. 310 weeks at number 1. But I'm afraid to say it. Even if Djokovic got injured, even if he didn't break it this year, he could break it next year. But I think he's going to break it this year, people. He's going to break it. He's going to break that record. And he's going to break that record, man. And the thing I always told y'all about Djokovic, the Goatovic, what I think y'all got me calling. I may have to start calling him Goatovic if we keep this up. Yeah, the Goatovic. The most amazing thing about Djokovic, people, it ain't the major count. It's all these other records. Djokovic is the only guy to hold all 5 titles at the same time, like consecutively. That means like he was able to win the Wimbledon, then won the U.S. Open, then won the ATP Finale 3, then won the Australian Open, and then won the French Open, all 5 at one time, man. Unbelievable records, man. And I can't even think of some of all the other records Djokovic got. It's unbelievable. His dominance of both Federer and Nadal. Woo! Federer and Nadal are considered to be the 2 greatest players of all time. Djokovic has dominated them. Oh, man, no wonder they call him the Goatovic. No wonder Djokovic fans say this is the real GOAT. People starting to understand why they saying that. But, people, this was amazing. People, listen to this. Djokovic has won the last 5 of 7 majors. Okay? Now, I know what a Federer fan is saying. A Federer fan is saying, well, Magic Man, in Federer's peak, he did the same thing, just as good, or even better. No, people, y'all got to understand something. I made a video about this last year. People, that was in Federer's first peak. Federer couldn't do that in his second peak. He really didn't have a second, but Federer did have a resurgence, but Djokovic was hurt. But he had a resurgence, and Federer won 2 in 2017. Nadal won 2. But Federer didn't win 5 of 7 in a second peak, in a second era. Federer only really had one Federer era where he was the dominant guy. Djokovic had 2 dominant eras. 2018, he came back off injury. From being injured from 2016, he was injured pretty well during all 2017. Djokovic comes back in 2018 Wimbledon and starts a new era, a second Djokovic era. Nadal hasn't done that. Federer hasn't done that. So Djokovic comes back in the second era, people. In the second era, Nadal and Federer, they was able to pick up majors here and there in their resurgence, but not create another dominant era. No wonder they call this man the Goatovic. No wonder Djokovic fans are saying this is the real GOAT. Okay, I see why they saying this to people. There is one stat, people. This stat right here. If I was going to right now, I ain't doing this right now, but I may have to do it maybe next year. But if I wanted to declare Djokovic as the GOAT, and I know that's a complicated thing to say that, and you got to have a lot of stuff with that. And a lot comes with being called the GOAT, actually. People, you know the most amazing stat? It's not any of those other records that I've called out. It's not that Djokovic is right here behind Federer. He got all these other records and most ATP Tour points at #1. Maybe he probably got 18,000 now. He used to have 16, but it's probably a lot more now. People, here's the most amazing stat. I didn't really think about this. People, listen to this. Djokovic has been #1, I think 9 times out of the last 10 seasons. And this is not like no #1 for just 1 month. You know how you can become #1 at the end of the year for like 1 month? I'm talking about he's been, people, y'all can go check on this. You guys are really stat experts. I like that about my subscribers. I don't think Rod Laver got this. I know Rod Laver was #1 for 7 years, and people, I know how great the great Rod Laver was. Rod Laver is way greater than these new generation of fans know about. Okay? And people forget about how great Rod Laver was. When we start talking about the GOAT, we just talk about Djokovic, Federer, and Nadal. But people, 9 seasons out of 10, Djokovic was almost like a dominant #1, and he was pretty well a dominant #1. Okay, people, man, listen, man, if I wanted to, I'm just saying if I wanted to, I could say, you know what, right now, Djokovic, I could go ahead and give him the #1 thing. He's going to break Federer's record at #1. I saw it already. We'll still wait, because you no telling what could happen. But Djokovic is probably going to break Federer's record, and most Federer fans ain't going to even get in the comment section and try to deny that. By October 5th, he probably, I think even the Federer channels that really advocate for Federer have already given that to Djokovic, okay? But people, I could actually, even right now, with all Djokovic records, with him being with 17 majors and Federer 20, the fact that Djokovic was #1 9 out of the last 10 seasons. People, notice what I said, the last 10 seasons. Not like #1 for 2 years, then he was #1 for, then he was not #1 for 2 years, then he got it back for 2 years, then he skipped 2 years. People, I'm talking about consecutive seasons. He was #1 for 9 out of 10 consecutive seasons, man. No wonder the Djokovic fans, everybody used to take that as some, Djokovic fans, they just saying it about Djokovic because he's so good. But he ain't really the GOAT. I tell you right now, when Djokovic fans say that Djokovic is the GOAT, and I'm not trying to officially declare Djokovic as the GOAT. I tell you right now, I bet you Federer fans, they take that more seriously now. Nadal fans take that more seriously now. And Djokovic fans, total tennis fans take that more seriously now. And total sports fans take that more seriously now. And people, can I say something? Well, I was going to say, and the tennis prophet takes that more seriously now. But people, I don't think the way other people think. See, I told y'all, and a lot of y'all disagree with me. You said, Magic Man, you got to wait until a player gets, it's majors that determine if a guy is the GOAT. And I said, well, that's the #1 measurement, but that's not the only thing. And Djokovic got so many other things, man. It's unbelievable. Plus, he dominated Federer and Nadal. Lord have mercy. Plus, he got a second era where he's already won 5 of 7 majors. Nadal and Federer haven't been able to do that. like in a dominant era where they are the dominant one. Now I know Nadal and Federer have been able to win like 5 majors over a period of time, picking in this and win a U.S. Open here, or Nadal win French Open this year and a French Open next year. I'm talking about dominance, like consecutive, like Djokovic. Okay, people, Goatovic. They call him Goatovic. Is starting to. This is 2020, like they say, 2020 vision. We starting to get some clarity. But one thing that's starting to become a little clear is why Djokovic fans, they say Djokovic, this is the real GOAT, and he's the Goatovic. Okay, people, tennis preacher, prophet psychic, signing off. Have a good one.
What?